Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Traveller, your essential resource for the latest updates on UK immigration policy. Today, we're diving deep into a critical topic that affects many families: the updated UK Indefinite Leave to Remain, or ILR, and immigration rules for children who are outside the UK. With the landscape of UK immigration constantly evolving, recent changes have significant implications for those with children abroad who hope to bring them to the UK to settle permanently. Whether you're a British citizen, a settled person, or on a work visa, understanding these new rules is crucial for your family's future. So, grab a cup of tea, and let's get straight into it. First, let's clarify what Indefinite Leave to Remain, or ILR, actually means. ILR grants an individual the right to live, work, and study in the UK without any time restrictions and without needing a visa. It's often the stepping stone to British citizenship for many. For children born outside the UK, obtaining ILR is a critical step in securing their future in the country alongside their parents. It's important to note that the UK does not have birthright citizenship, meaning being born in the UK does not automatically make you a British citizen. A child's eligibility for ILR heavily depends on the immigration status of their parents. So, what are the specific requirements for a child outside the UK to be granted ILR? The rules can be intricate, but here are the main points you need to know. Age requirement. Generally, for a child born and currently residing outside the UK to be eligible for ILR, they must be under the age of 18. If the child is already in the UK on a valid visa, such as a child-dependent visa, they can still apply for ILR even if they are over 18. Parental status. A crucial factor is the status of the parents. For a successful ILR application for a child outside the UK, both parents must have a permanent right to live in the UK. This permanent right can be in the form of ILR, British citizenship, Irish citizenship with a history of residence in the UK, or settled status under the EU settlement scheme. Sole responsibility exception. There is an important exception. If one parent has permanent residence in the UK and has sole parental responsibility for the child may still be eligible for ILR. Proving sole responsibility can be complex and requires substantial evidence. If neither parent is settled, if neither parent has permanent residence, the child will not be immediately eligible for ILR. Instead, the parents would need to apply for a child-dependent visa for their child based on their own immigration status, such as a skilled worker visa. After a period of continuous residence in the UK, typically 5 years, the child may then become eligible to apply for ILR. Now that we've covered the eligibility, let's walk through the application process. The application for a child outside the UK is for indefinite leave to enter, which is the equivalent of ILR for those applying from abroad. Here are the essential documents you'll need to gather. Proof of relationship. This includes the child's birth certificate and any other family records. Valid travel documents. The child's current passport is a must. Parents' immigration status. You'll need to provide evidence of your settled status or British citizenship. Financial and accommodation proof. You must demonstrate that you can support your child financially without recourse to public funds and have adequate accommodation for your family in the UK. The financial requirement for a family visa route involves showing an additional annual income of £3,800 for the first child and £2,400 for each subsequent child on top of the primary applicant's minimum income requirement of £29,000. Proof of sole responsibility. If applicable, this is a critical part of the application for single parents. The application is typically done online, and the cost for an ILR application is generally around £3,029. However, this is subject to change, so always check the latest fees on the official government website. Let's discuss some recent changes that could impact you. Private life route. A significant change that came into effect on July 29, 2025, concerns the private life route. This is particularly good news for children and young adults who have been residing in the UK. Children born in the UK who have lived here continuously for 7 years may apply for immediate settlement if it is deemed unreasonable for them to leave. Qualifying period for ILR. One of the most discussed potential changes is the government's plan to increase the standard qualifying period for ILR from 5 years to 10 years for many visa categories, including work visas. Though family visas are not expected to be affected, this is a development to watch closely. Stricter English language requirements. The government plans to introduce stricter English language requirements for most visas, including requiring partners of those on work visas to have a basic level of English to qualify for a dependent visa. This could potentially extend to dependent children in the future. As you can see, the rules surrounding ILR for children outside the UK are multifaceted and subject to change. Given the complexity of the process, especially in cases of sole responsibility, seeking professional legal advice is highly recommended. An experienced immigration lawyer can help you navigate these requirements and ensure your application is robust and complete. Bringing your child to the UK to settle is a life-changing decision, and being well-informed is the first step to a successful journey. Remember to prepare your documentation meticulously and stay updated on the latest rule changes. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more updates, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future content. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. But remember, for specific legal advice, it's always best to consult a qualified immigration professional. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.